Larry and I share a lot about this, about YouTube and Google Business and all of these, everything that goes into the electronic presence. And, we've shared consultants that we've used and, but I think you're always, having to kind of graduate to the next level. And it's difficult to get to that next level. It's a learning curve at every turn.
I mean, that's business in itself,
yeah.
Right? Just like you got to keep leveling up the whole way. Yeah.
Well, there's no rhyme or reason, especially with social media. I mean, I am working my tush off, and what I've done is I've developed by the way, hashtag PropertyOnion, right? Just to have a look. I mean, there's no strategy there. I've done 7 or 8 different types of posts just to see what works. And some have got like 200 views, some have got 10,000 views. Okay. Admittedly, some of them are promoted. And then when you sit back and you scroll in the morning, you're having a cup of coffee, you're scrolling through your phone and you're looking at just like what seems like billions of posts. And then you've got 2 guys that are screaming their lungs out in the camera, making funny faces, going, and you look and they got 10,000 views just for making funny noises and facial expressions in a camera. And you go, I want to give up. I won't, but
totally.
I
get that.
Right. And you think, what am I doing this for? But there is a secret sauce, as there is with anything, be it property, be it gold refining. I mean, do you know how many people were trading metal in the UK when I did it? Hundreds of people, but little one-man bands buying a bit of gold here, selling it there, buying a bit of silver. But, to be the best, to come to the creme de la creme, the top of the pot, you've got to find out. You've got to get that knowledge. You've got to find out all the little micro stuff that goes into that and then build on it and use it and throw away what doesn't work and build on what does. And that's how you get to the top. And I'm going to do that with social media. I'm not going to say I'm going to be a guru of social media, but I'm going to do enough that works for me.
And you're doing this social media effort for PropertyOnion specifically?
Yeah. I had a team of 3 people doing it, and I got rid of all of them because the results weren't great. So I thought, you know what? If your results aren't great, how worse can I do? I'll do it. And if the results aren't great, so what?
Well, I think that's how we at least on my team in my business, we always start. We're just like, okay, we want to achieve this goal. Let's go learn a little bit about it. Let's go find the guru. Go find the person that can execute it for us. The third party person, right? Or company. And then usually it's like, okay, we hire these people, we learn a little bit, complete bomb failure. They can't do it. So then we fire them and then we step in to be like the same thing. It's like, well, now since that didn't work, now we're going to go obsess over this and figure it out and win. Right. And that's the path.
Find your competitive advantage, what that is, because remember, we all have different audiences too. So for example, not necessarily the 3 of us, or maybe soon to be you, when you have a national audience, like if you're just one of these, I don't know, just general influencers, Theo Vaughn or something, like his audience is any person in America, or really at least any male in America. That's his audience. So he could have millions of views and that's reasonable for him. But I was telling Tony earlier, I said some of our videos, that I have both in my law firm, but also in our Real Deal podcasting are several hundred views. And I'm okay with that. Sure. You always want to be a little better, but our niche audience, our investors in Florida or South Florida, or for you, maybe a little bigger because on your real estate brokerage side is certainly anyone here in the South Florida area that's looking to purchase or sell real estate. So it's a bigger audience, but it's still, your expectation is not to have 1 million views on a video, right?
Of course.
Because you're not trying to go have people in Oregon click. I mean, unless they're looking to buy property in South Florida, right? So you're not going to go target ads in Oregon, right? Yeah.
This just goes back to like, once you immerse yourself in the topic, you become like so well versed. We're running multiple different channels on multiple different platforms, national versions, local versions, and we're like comparing this right now. And we're posting a post a day, a reel per day on 4 different channels. I mean, that's a 4
lot.
Times how many different platforms? 8 platforms, 6 platforms.
Wow.
Right. I mean, so we have one person that's just full time posting, and there's an argument to be made that that's not even enough.
Wow.
Depending on what path you're taking, right, in this endeavor.
Or to choose 3 platforms that perform the best for you and then put all your effort into those 3 platforms.
Sure, and each platform has a different algorithm, a different approach you need to take, maybe different hooks you need to run, right? So it's like it can be complicated. And so we do the same thing. So we focus on 2-3 platforms, try to achieve a success there, and then whatever's successful there, we just post everywhere else, and then it's okay if they're not like outperforming.
That kind of segues into real estate as well, because the thing is that a lot of people are scattergun their approach to real estate, where they're going to buy, and they're buying all over the place, all different types of properties. And again, something that you learn through mistakes and being intuitive is you're better to stick to a farm area, get to know that farm area intimately,
especially
and then go to work. Especially
for you as like a developer. My fiance, by the way, GC designer, we've built some ground up construction, and so like, yeah, I mean, you go outside of your farm area, you can easily make a big mistake.
Yeah, sure.
Right? It's like the probability for messing that up just increases so much.
Yeah,
right?
And you get to know all the players, all the personalities.
Well, that's it too, because I'm sure, like, when you came in, you're like, hey, if you have a deal, here's my card, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, in certain markets, as you like master the network, all of a sudden things start to work. But like, if you're bouncing from like 20 different farms across the U.S., it's like, how are you going to master 20 different networks? You're just not, right?
I remember, when I was buying the most number of the properties I was buying, from the 2000 to 22 timeframe, for example, whenever I would put it out there to different brokers, like multifamily brokers, hey, I'm actively looking for a property, I would get leads and they would start sending me deals. But then when I went quiet, because maybe I wasn't looking for a property at the time, I was trying to regenerate my capital and, refill the coffers, the leads dried up, which was fine for me at the time because I wasn't yet ready. But my point is exactly this, that yes, having a network of lead sources in a certain area is really critical, and staying top of mind and in front of them is very critical. The other thing too is having that network of vendors too, because if you're going to do a flip of a property, you need a good contractor, you need a good plumber, you need a good this, you need a good that, you need,
They make or break you.
They make or break you for sure. Whatever that is, whether you're being the contractor on the deal or even not using a contractor and just trying to do some basic light rehab, still important.
Is to develop your reputation, and it's easier to develop it in a smaller area than try to be a national. I mean, I'd like to say that from, I would say, West Palm Beach down to Deerfield Beach, that what I would say the key players, if I say that I'm going to get involved in a deal, they know I'm going to get involved in a deal. It's not just, I'm going to get in a deal, sniff around it, maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Sure.
They know that.
Or just passively put some money in.
If
you're involved, you're involved.
Right?
Yeah.
But you can't do that on a national scale or even even the whole of Florida. So, great, Deerfield Beach, I'm a celebrity.
We do the same on the brokerage side, right? It's like if you Google us in Boca, like the presence is and the brand awareness is just immediate. It's like type in best realtor in Boca, we're number one on like most of the stuff, right? And so
that's very hard to do, by the way. What he's done,
very hard
to do.
So there's a number of ways that happen, but it requires a lot of effort and time
and money,
consistency and money. Yeah, that's amen to that. And then maybe you're like trying to make the same effort in Delray and Deerfield, et cetera. But for starters, we focused on Boca, and now,
And now you can expand from there. Yeah. So,
ripple out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.